Right, I think I'm here. I think this is a military museum. I'm not sure. I can't see any signs anywhere. Right, good morning everybody. Yes, the rain has stopped. Wow, what a night. What an absolutely incredible night. It was so wet. I put the cover on the bike and I nipped out once to just check that the bike hadn't blown over and it all looked good. So I got it this morning, the bike had flown off, even though I tied it down with like, ropes and everything. But so the bike's soaked and I thought the cheeky unit might have died. But got on it, turned it over. It just starts first time. It's such a great bike. So I'm heading down to the Stoke Cafe, which is only, well, not far, for some breakfast because I'm very hungry. Woke up with a bit of a headache, but God blimey, what a windy night. Windy night. Amazing. So I've got to see if I can get this off the off the centre stand. So let it dug itself into the ground. Bit wet saddle. I can't put it. Here we go. I remember to take the lock off. Oh, right. Here we go. Off to cafe. It's only slightly slippery, everybody. I'm sort of motor crossing now. Jesus. Goodness me, it did rain last night. Oh, this is all flooded. Whoop! Don't get wet football. I might park it down the other bit tonight. Wow. Well, that was wet. But she's all still working, so this is good. I've got a full tank of fuel, so I don't need more fuel. Goodness me. Right, in theory, Stoke Cafe is up here. Wow. Talk about wet and woolly. And then I'm going to go off, because it's not raining, to the military museum. And that's the plan. Oh dear, look, I'm all steamed up. Can't see where I'm going. Oh, you've got a little river running down here. Jeez. That'll do. Oh, slightly wet groin. Not for the reasons you might think, just because I'm taking out the rain from my shoes. All right, come on, enough of this frivolity. Right, that was very nice. So that's the Stoats Farm Cafe, farm shop cafe. That's very nice big breakfast. Not cheap. That the big breakfast I didn't really need, but I haven't eaten properly for 2 days. And coffee was about £16, £17. It was very nice though. Blimey, it was hot. The food was hot, so that's always good. But yes, I struggled my way through it. I'll tell you what was hot though. I'm not sponsored by these people by the church. My lovely wife got me this gold top jumper for Christmas, and it's really hot. It's really hot. I was sweating cobs in there. My old mate used to say when I was in the gardens. But yeah, it's very good. But it's nice that I'm back outside, must admit. So, what's the plan? All right, we're going to head to the military museum, which is the other side of town, which is Cowes, New. I always get confused. Cowes, Newport. About 15 miles, I think. So we're going to head that way, and yeah, it's my earphones not on. Damn. Let's plug it into the navigation. The Wight Military and Heritage Museum. That's where we're heading. Right. I shall see you there. The weather's bad. There's no point me showing you the ride, but we'll start once we get close. See you in a sec. Right. I think I'm here. I think this is a military museum. I'm not sure. I can't see any signs anywhere, but I'm pretty sure this is it. Oh yeah, there's a giant tank. God, it looks like something from Russia, doesn't it? They're using it at the moment. Blimey. Right, let's go inside. Right, right, that was very good. The Wight Military Museum. So yeah, they're a nice cafe in there, and nice friendly people. They're all sort, all sort of volunteers and sort of dedicated people to the cause, But there's lots in there. A good gun selection. It's part of my job. That always makes it interesting. But plenty of vehicles. It's nice to see that Armstrong motorbike. And it's something you sort of see and you don't really. Armstrong, and I'm sure Cagiva did one, and other companies, maybe even Harley did one, didn't they? But yeah, the Armstrong has got a Rotax engine, which is interesting, isn't it? Long stroke though, by look at it, a really long stroke. But there we go. Right, we are now heading off to Dave Death's motorbike shop. It's not fills you with confidence, does it? When you go and buy your first motorbike, Dave Death. Maybe it's pronounced Diath, I don't know. But we're going to go and meet Steve, who's one of our subscribers, and we're going to see what I think he's. I got a hunter. I think he's a hunter. So we're going to go do that. It's not far, and if I can find it on my thing, Dave Death, Dave Death. Oh, it says 12 minutes. Right, let's go. Starting route to Dave Death motorcycles. Actually, while we're heading to Dave Death's, I thought I'd just quickly show you a little piece of kit that I've been using to charge all my cameras and stuff for the very nice people at Apparai. Or Apparai. I don't know how you pronounce it, Apparai. But yeah, it's like a battery pack. But I shall show you that now. I'll cut back to my accommodation and I'll give you a quick demo of that before we get to see Steve and Dave Death. Right, so what I wanted to show you was this Apparai. Apparai. I always think they sound like Rastafarian. Apparai. So this is the Nano 100. So it's quite an interesting piece of kit because it's a big beast. You know, that's more than a pound of sugar. That is. It's a good sort of like 2 kilos, I would say, probably more than that. Probably about 2.5 kilos. But it's a power bank. What I like about this is it's 100 watt. So this will actually power up my laptop as well. So because I've got so many cameras, you know, I've got the Pocket 3, which is on here at the moment. I've got, what else have I got here? I've got my, my Action 3. I've also got my 360 camera. And the thing with all those cameras is that they take a lot of charging, a lot of messing around, and you can't. Sometimes you need to charge stuff when you're out and about. The nice thing about the Apparai Nano 100, one, it's got a lot of reserve in it, so it will charge all my kit up again and again and again. Again, I see it more as a sort of like a powerhouse, really, just more than one of those simple power banks. And what I like, the best bit by far on this piece of kit, if I plug in my my 360 camera, you get someone, you got this kit, but you haven't got any cables. You haven't got the right cables. The joy of this, it's got one an extender, and then I just need to plug it in. Once I plug it in, the actual display unit comes up, and it tells you what power I've got left in the actual unit itself, and what current the actual the thing I've plugged into it, the accessory I've plugged into it, is drawing. So it's really nice, and it tells me how long it would take. 7 watts, that's all that's taking the output on there, which is fantastic. And it was saying, you're sort of saying 11 hours. It's got 11 hours at that sort of rating to take. So a really nice piece of kit. And it gives me the state of the battery in there. I've got 90% of battery left in this unit. The other advantage is that not only can I do that, but I can charge multiple things up from here. So I've got another standard USB-A connector in there, so I can connect that into there. And let's have a look. I can then charge up my... Because we have so much kit these days, particularly when you're YouTubing, you've got loads of kit. So I can charge another unit in there, and that's starting to charge that. And it will come up in my display how much now I'm drawing from there. So I could do multiple chargings from this one unit, which is really good. And it's adjusting it already because it's now running at 11 watts. So instead of the one draw from the 360 camera, I'm also charging the Action 3, and it's telling me what the draw is. So fantastic. So that's the output. And then my input is over here, so it tells me when I'm putting stuff back into the unit. It tells me how long it's taking and how many volts I'm putting back into it. But it is quite a big unit, and I do like that. I know I've got a lot of battery sitting in there, And if I'm really stuck, those standard power banks, and I've got the solar powered power bank, which is a nice piece of kit, and I can keep that topped up. This I think is sort of like more of a power source for anything that I've got when I'm in a more remote environment. And even though I'm in this lovely little cottage here, I don't have to worry about too much about finding plug sockets and all the rest of it. I know for the few days that I'm here, I'm going to have enough power in this to charge up all my kit for the sort of 3 or 4 days that I'm going to be using it. So it's really nice. Good piece of kit this. But that extendable sort of armoured cable is so cool. When you unplug it, you just give it a little pull and it retracts back down in there. What a nice piece of kit. Oh, cool. So, yeah, when I want to recharge, pull it out. And it has got quite a length on there. Okay, and then I could just plug it straight into my unit. Right, so, and then it'll draw the current and I can see it's charging up. So it's charging 2 units. So both of those are actually on. So I've got my little green flashing LEDs on there, so it's charging, and it's charging my 360 camera. Interesting, the 360 cameras actually don't use much power. I've still got 85% in there. I've been using it quite extensively this morning, so that's really good. I will be using the 360 tomorrow, but what I'm going to use this for today, I'm going to charge my Pocket 3 because I'm probably going to use that tomorrow. So nice piece of kit. So that's the FRI Nano 100. So keep a look at that. I have got a discount code for that. So do look out for that on this episode. But a nice piece of kit, and it's solid. It's just got lots going on there. But it will charge my laptop because it's 100 watts. So that's really impressive. The other thing that's interesting, you remember the Chiggy TR100, that also charges at 100 watts, so I could charge that from this as well. So it means they're sort of compatible, which is really nice. So the FRI Nano 100, look out for that one in the future. And it's not huge money. I think this is about £60, something like that, but I'll give the up-to-date figures on there. But there we are. Right, back to the video. Thanks very much for sending that for FRI. I don't know why I need to say that. I'm sure it's not Rastafarian, is it? Back to the video. Right, we're here with Steve, and we've got our 2 box. We're both running classic. Well, I'm running 350, both running J series.
Yeah.
So, we're going to come and talk to you about your new channel you're starting, and I wanted to get your story and why you're starting it. Firstly, what's it all about, Steve? What's your channel all about? What you're going to do?
So thank you for the support and visiting and giving me a plug.
Well, you bought the tea.
Yeah, so I call myself VBG, which is Veteran Biker Gardener, the mental health biker. The big thing is for me is that I suffered for 30 plus years with mental health issues, mostly derived from my military service.
Yeah, military service, yeah.
Yeah, and a little bit from childhood where I came from a broken home. Modern day society dictates this is pretty commonplace now. What isn't commonplace is the infrastructure in place to help people that are struggling and encourage people rather than bottle it up, where it used to be like suck it and see, crack on, you can do it.
It's always seems with the you got to find this stuff, isn't it? It won't find you, innit?
No, exactly. So now that I completed my recovery path, I feel really passionate about giving back and helping others. So I'm looking at promoting across the media, which is like totally non-profit based. I'm doing it for the love of it. It's because I want to do it and get more people aware, get more people confident, and maybe even more people on board that can create a network of support for people that are suffering or just don't realise they have an issue until it's too late.
So have you always ridden? Have you always been a rider?
I've always been a rider since I was knee-high to a grasshopper. I was fortunate that my uncle was in the motorbikes, and goes way back to when we lived in London, and he was a part of the 59ers, which are quite a synonymous group in the biking fraternity.
Yeah.
I suppose the modern day version, they've still got 59ers there, is like Christian bikers, but he wasn't really Christian based. He just did that because they had great like music venues and events.
Yeah, mate. Yeah.
Nice host there.
Yeah, it's Jaffa Cakes, yeah.
So yeah, I started young. He modified some of the bikes he had, just big old bikes.
Mm.
Put wooden blocks on the pedals, so I got used to balancing the bike and this, that, and the other, and throttle response, clutch control. I then, I suppose, like when I joined the army, I didn't really do so much riding in the bike. I mean, we had some fun times on the bikes, but the unit I was with, we didn't really use bikes that much. Some of the guys in barracks, the single guys, had bikes. Unfortunately, I got married the first time. It didn't work out. And all my money went into being a pad, as they called it, a married personnel. So it was only once I left, but I then found my way back into motorcycling full time, and then joined a local sort of like group, which was a particular mark of motorcycle, which I stayed with them for quite a few years. So I've been riding ever since. Even when I emigrated to Spain for 7 years, I mean, the roads out there are phenomenal. I loved that.
The roads on continental Europe, when I go into France, it's like, it's nothing like here.
No.
They're phenomenal, the roads in France and Spain. I came up through Spain when I came back from Morocco now. You just think, blimey, talk about sport for choice.
They're so open, the condition of the roads are great, but I mean, I'm not going to go there. But I mean, it's a shame because this country being, all right, this island, we might not be the biggest country as in land space, but we've got some fantastic scenery and we need to exploit it more.
Yeah, even in the Isle of Wight, you can, weather's been bad, so you're not going to get that many people out and about, but actually there's a lot of roads and they're quiet. What's the size of the Isle of Wight? Was it 20?
I think it's something like 55 miles all the way around the circumference.
Yeah. So in terms of your channel then, so once you've got enough content, presumably you're obviously going to start uploading. Yeah. But what are you going to try and do with it in terms of how you're going to structure your episodes? Are you going to be looking to meet different people that are in that similar sort of situation to discuss, that not their issues, but how they've overcome it, or build a network of it? What are you going to try and do with it?
Yeah, I think that's a good point to start with. I will be meeting people, hence the VBG Veteran Biker Gardener. So I'll be meeting other veterans to see how they've integrated into normal life communities, because the big stigma with mental health, and a lot of the veterans that did leave, they live in the past rather than the here and now. So they still class themselves closer to being when they were in than when they're out, and a lot of them, like myself, we've been out a lot longer than we actually served. So it's getting them back to here and now. So the veteran side of it, and I advocate all the services that I've used that has worked for me. I'll pass it on to them. Biker, again, I do that as well because it's good. Biking breaks down all barriers. It doesn't matter what nationality you are, what sex you are,
common interest,
what you want to be known by as. You can be whoever you want. If you're riding a bike, that's the connection, and you can talk to anybody about bikes all day long. It's great. So I mean, that's another outlet channel that I'll be doing there. And then the gardening side of it, for me, gardening was like a sanctuary. That's another thing where you've got that connection to grounding as well. So I'm going to do all three combined. I'm going to do each episode themed to that one particular thing. So 1 week it'll be probably a bit about veterans. Next week it'll be more about biking. Another bit's about gardening. Now, of course, that is seasonally orientated because I'm getting older, and probably I'm getting more of a bit of a fair weather rider. I'll still ride in all weathers, but more fair weather rider now as I'm getting older, But likewise with gardening as well. So I'm looking to be doing indoor stuff as well as outdoor stuff, and there are a few little places here that are now motorcycle orientated, but unfortunately the one I was going to take you to today aren't open during the week. They're only open weekend. But
we're not at the best time of year, are we, to doing it? It's like any weekend now. If stuff either shuts early or it just doesn't open at all, is it? They can't get the punts in. Which is a bit of a shame, really. So give us another plug for your channel for people to watch out for. So what exactly is it called again?
Right, it's called VBG, so that's Victor Bravo Golf, Veteran Biker Gardener, dash the mental health rider. And I'm going to be doing bits, everything to do with mental health, how to look out for people that are suffering, if you can help signpost them, if you want to become a mental health first aider, go out and support extra people in the community. A lot of this is community based, you know. Unfortunately, that money's going so far, and a lot of time mental health's overlooked. I'm not trying to bring it to the fore. Everybody needs their slice of the cake, so to speak, but there's that side of it. I'm losing track now because, as I say, yes, it's all new to me. But yeah, plugging my channel, so I'm going to be doing biking things, and the growing side of it as well. That's going to help not only give you the grounding, but the resilience. It's a case of like mentally, you plant a seed, you watch that seed grow. But if I give you 3 seeds, so one's going to fail, one's going to grow, and one's not going to do a lot. That's going to give you the resilience, so you learn the successes and the failures, because that's everyday events. So it's life events. It's something that affects you or doesn't affect you, and that's what I'm trying to put across to people.
I think that the key thing is sort of what I found with YouTube is engage with your audience. People are going to put comments up, engage with them, and it builds a community. And it's when you need that community yourself sometimes that they come to your aid, and I've had that, and that's really, really important. Well, it's been nice to speak to you, Steve.
And you, thank you, it's been a pleasure.
So you know what's going on.
I do.
You know,
first time in front of the camera. And
hopefully we got in front of the camera there. I'll get back and it'll be all over the place. Cool.
It's lovely. Thank you very much.
Cool. We're going to carry on talking about YouTube stuff because it's not going to interest you at all. All right, see you in a bit.
Right, that's going to draw this episode to a close. Once again, thanks to Steve for filling us in on his YouTubing project and what he's doing for mental health, which is really important stuff. So do keep an eye out for his channel and what he's doing. And I think it's a very worthwhile cause that he's embarking on there. And as you know, YouTube's not an easy world to play in, but I'm sure it'll do very well with everybody's support. What's coming up? Well, as I come into sort of the evening sun of Yarmouth, it is lovely around here, isn't it? I've managed to blag a cheeky ride on the Triumph XC400. So I'm going to do that tomorrow because the weather's going to be good, apparently. So, yes, I'm nifting off in the morning to do that, and I'm probably going to nip down to Cowes. I'm going to go do some skimmers in the water, as we used to do as kids with my granddad. So that's one of the things that's happening tomorrow, and I hope we go and get a nice cup of tea. Right, thanks for watching, everybody, and I will see you in the next episode. Take care and ride safe.